Hey guys, listen, I know I said the next episode would be Keith Lancaster and George Woods, who works at Nintendo. I know I said that, but guess what? I'm not gonna do it. Because I lied. I'm only human, okay? I thought it was gonna be the next episode, but it will be the next episode from this one, I promise. Because I'll be on vacation and I'm staying with Keith while we're there. So, in Portland. So I'm excited. Anyway, this episode is a special E3 edition. Levi Fleener from episode 1 joins me to talk about our favorite things from E3 2017 and also our not so favorite things that happened this year. We also talk a little bit about, excuse me, God, throat. It's like 8 in the morning. I just woke up. But we also talk about the greatest spectacle of combat sports to ever happen, ever, and that's Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather. We only talk about it for like 10 minutes, but it's still something that we wanted to talk about. So let's get it on. Let's go. Let's do this. Is going according to plan.
Well, if we mess up, we mess up.
We mess up. Back by popular demand, Levi Fleener is back with us.
Hello, how you doing?
Cheers. Had a very, very stressful day.
Rough one?
Yeah, work was crazy. And then, like an asshole, forgot to call my dad yesterday.
Ooh.
But I texted
I've
him.
done that before.
I texted him in the morning.
Okay.
I texted him in the morning.
You're good.
I was like, happy Father's Day.
Yeah.
You know, hope it's a good one. I'll call you when I get off work. And work was fucking nuts. And
then you just forgot about it.
Forgot. I forgot it was even Father's Day. It was just so, you know.
Did you work the full shift?
Yeah.
I bet it's been crazy up there lately. Don't they have a new exhibit or something?
I don't know what exhibit's going on right now. I don't like to talk about where I work.
Yeah. I mean, don't they have a new roller rink or something out there?
I have so many fans. I don't want the fans to come in and...
Shane, what's your address right now? Where are we at?
A lot of stalkers out there.
123 Riggs Avenue.
Like in those movies. And you have to call the cell
Call
phone.
555.
555 8885.
Yeah.
ABC.
It's ridiculous.
What's new with you, bro?
Just work, man. Work. Same old. Playing video games as usual.
Yeah. Any games in
Man,
particular?
I've been playing Friday the 13th.
Oh,
PC
shit,
game.
dude. I want to
it's a
get
blast.
that. I heard it's so fun.
It's
I heard
fun.
the servers are kind of weird, though.
When it first came out, servers were awful. It was ridiculous. And then put out a patch. Things are working good, smoother. But if you're not playing with like a party, like a group of friends, it's not as fun. Because you got some people that, just shoot you in the middle of the match with a shotgun. You're like, okay, well, that was fun.
Because you can turn on each other, right?
Oh, yeah.
You can like set each other up to get killed by
You
Jason.
get keys for the car. You got the car fixed. Jason's coming to get you. You bail on everybody. They're like, wait. You're like, no, sorry, dude, I'm out of here.
Oh.
So it's a blast. It's fun. And then I've been playing a game called Player Unknown's Battleground. It's like a battle royale game. You seen the movie Battle Royale?
I haven't seen the movie.
Okay, well, it's like.
But
pretty
I
much,
know that the Hunger Games basically stole everything from that movie.
So it's just drop a bunch of people, 100 people on a map, and the lone survivor wins.
Wow.
It's fun. It's addictive. It really is. Because you get pissed off. Like, you'll just be running across the field and just, boom, headshot. It's like, game's over. And then you just got to restart. So, but once you win, it's just like tasting glory.
Yeah.
It's fun, man.
Man.
I need to get back on my PlayStation, but I just haven't been on it in a while.
Well, speaking of PlayStation, E3 happened. And this is a special E3 episode of explicit materia. And I have some explicit things to say, especially about Sony.
Yeah, you don't want some VR stuff going on?
You know what? I don't even want to talk about VR because I'm just never gonna get it. I'm just never
Sony
going
wanted to talk about
buy.
it.
Oh yeah, of course, because they want to put all their eggs in the VR basket, and apparently the Star Trek Commander
Yes.
demo went over really well.
Yeah.
And I didn't see the demo, but I heard about it. And that's the only thing I heard about as far as VR. And honestly, E3 this year, according to a lot of the pundits I've been listening to on podcasts, have been kind of like...
It wasn't
kind of not that good. It's just basically showing trailers.
On a lot of stuff we've already seen.
And a lot of stuff, especially on the Sony's end, because Sony's end, they showed Days Gone.
Yeah.
They showed Spider-Man. They announced Spider-Man last year, didn't they?
I don't know if they showed anything. I could be wrong. I don't know if they did, but they may have we're doing Spider-Man, but showed a picture or something. I don't know.
I mean, Days Gone looks fucking awesome.
I think both of them look good. Spider-Man looks good. Days Gone looks good. But
nothing
not much else.
Groundbreaking. Nothing's
Shadow of Colossus. I hate to go on remakes. I know they're done all the time, but Shadow of Colossus.
A lot of people are actually really excited about that.
Yeah.
And I've actually never got into Shadow of Colossus.
It's a fun
I remember
game.
renting it a long time ago and then just never getting into it. I'm like, I got turned off by what language is this guy speaking? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's very you're kind of just in it. You know what I mean? You just go. It's kind of a take a break game. You know what I mean?
Well, that studio that does all those games, they do it in a very artistic style.
Very much so.
Like The Last Guardian was...
I did not play The Last Guardian.
Was a lot of great reception on that game.
Yeah.
And that came out pretty much the same time Final Fantasy 15 came out, which is interesting. But that E3 last year was great. And back to my point of E3 being a dud. And this is something that I wanted to talk about Sony. And this actually was something that was said on the... I think in the ground floor somewhere, someone was giving an interview to Sony's exec... Sony's head of marketing, I think his name was. And I'm trying to find it right here. Two things I want to talk about Sony. Now, we all remember in 2013 when Xbox One was coming out and they had all those DRM issues where they said they were going to go forward to cloud-based gaming.
And the community was like,
no more physical discs. Yeah. And people went, what? You are fucking crazy. And Sony pounced on it, and Sony said, we're for the gamers, we're for the community, we're supporting independent games, and
you can have offline play, you don't have to stay be online.
Right, they jumped on it, and they were just all for the gamers. And people fell for it because people want to love Sony. And Sony has been kicking ass lately as far as selling consoles. And now they're getting cocky. And they're getting cocky with these two things. Number one, backwards compatibility.
Yeah.
This guy, I think his name is Jim Ryan. Jim Ryan, and I'm sure it's not his fault because he's the talking head.
Yeah, doing his job.
He's just doing his job. So I'm not going to say that he needs to be fired. Not going to go that far. But what I am going to say is that Sony needs to change their tone because they're getting a little cocky. And this is what he said about backwards compatibility. He said, when we've dabbled with backwards compatibility, I can say it is one of those features that is much requested, but not actually used much. That, and I was at a Gran Turismo event recently where they had PS1, PS2, PS3, and PS4 games, and the PS1 and PS2 games, they looked ancient. Like, why would anybody play this?
I mean, I bought a PS3 just to play NCAA football. Fuck you on backwards compatibility. Let me play my game. You haven't made another one. I don't even talk about EA unless they're talking NCAA.
I mean, it's just... Bro, don't you realize that there's a retro community out there that loves these games? Why? And you just throw them a bone.
It's like I have all these games in my collection. It's like I'm not going to unplug my PS4... plug in my old PlayStation and play Suikoden.
Right.
I'm not going to do that.
And part of me thinks the reason why they did it is because they want to make more money by re-releasing the games so that people can re-download them. But that's such a shitty fucking business
it's all about the
thing
money,
to
man.
do.
It's all about the money.
But then you can't say you're not for the gamers because you're not for the gamers.
No.
You're for yourself. And I understand it's a business and you got to protect your bottom line.
Well, they had to come out with something to say something. They can't just be like, we want more money, so we're not going to do that.
But wouldn't it be kind of refreshing if some fucking big exec was like, guess what? It's about money.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, cool. I support you.
Or not.
Maybe or not.
Would probably be a bad bad PR.
But at least
move.
they're upfront about it. Like, I hate what you're doing, but at least you have the balls to say it.
Yeah, it's just like, it's kind of just like, I don't know, it's kind of two-faced when you're, 1 year you're like, we're for the gamers and for the community, and then you give a firm backhand to all the retro gamers by saying, like, why would anyone play this? Mm-hmm. I was like, it probably was just a faux pas, and he was probably put on the spot, but at the same time, it's like, that's, he's saying it right there, is that Sony they don't care about backwards compatibility, and until, like, the community is like, fuck you, Sony, we'll go with Xbox One, then Sony's just not going to change their tune, because they're, at this point, too cocky. So there's that.
What's your second one?
My second one is at E3. Cross-play. Like cross-platform play.
Okay.
Between...
Xbox, PC.
Yeah, the Nintendo Switch. Mm-hmm. This is from Eurogamer. And so, from what I gather, Xbox One has been very open with its cross-platform play, as far as, like, we're open for our games to cross-platform with Nintendo Switch or PC or PlayStation. So, ball's in their court. And the Sony basically said, nah, fuck y'all.
We're not doing that.
We're not doing that because we're Sony.
I mean, Xbox did have a lot of exclusives this E3. Like, almost half of everything.
Timed exclusives. Let's slow down.
Yeah. But it was exclusive. Exclusive.
Yeah, I don't think there's no such thing as exclusive anymore. And
thank God.
Sony has the leg up on some exclusives, like Days Gone, to my knowledge, is only going to be PS4.
And I don't know if the new Last of Us.
Last of Us was.
I know
the
the original was PS4 only. I don't know about the new one.
I can't imagine it wouldn't be.
Yeah,
why would they? Because if they're putting their head in the sand about this, or not head in the sand, but their feet in the sand.
Yeah.
About this, I mean, what's to stop them from doing it even further with one of the biggest games that's ever come out? It's Last of Us.
And then I think Red Dead is on both.
Red Dead is on both for sure.
Yeah. Which I wish they would have showed something on that.
I know, man. I was missing some Red Dead. But back to what I was saying about this cross-platform.
No more cross-platform.
I mean, yeah, basically. Let's see.
They comment on it?
Okay, here we go. Jim Ryan again. Our favorite person, Jim Ryan.
Not saying he should be fired.
But man, is he put in a weird position. Sorry, Jim Ryan. You're going to be the scapegoat for this podcast.
It's just PR.
You're just doing your job, man. I get it. It's all right. Who asked him this? I believe it was, I forget who asked him, who was interviewing him. But this was the question. Minecraft works cross-platform between Switch, Xbox, and PC. Today, Rocket League was announced as working cross-platform between Switch, Xbox, and PC. Both don't work cross-platform with PlayStation. Now, is this Sony not playing ball? What is actually going on here? Jim Ryan. It's certainly not a profound philosophical stance we have against this. We've done it in the past. We've always opened the conversations with any developer or publisher who wants to talk about it. Unfortunately, it is a commercial discussion between ourselves and other stakeholders, and I'm not going to get into detail on that on this particular instance.
Ooh.
And I can see your eyes rolling. Astute Jim Ryan is. Back to this interviewer, he says, or she, well, you must see that PlayStation owners are upset. They want to play with Switch owners, PC owners, and Xbox One owners for these two big, important games, and they don't have an explanation for why. That's what I'm getting at. Jim Ryan. Yeah, we've got to be mindful. I'm having a slight better, dumb tone for Jim Ryan. I apologize.
A little better than thou.
I'm practicing my acting, all right? Well, yeah, we've got to be mindful of our responsibility for our install base. Minecraft, the demographic playing that, you know as well as I do, it's all ages, but it's also very young. We have a contract with the people who go online with us that we look after them and they are within the PlayStation curated universe. exposing what in many cases are children to external influences we have no ability to manage or look after. It's something we have to think about very carefully. So basically they're trying to say it's all for the children. It's to protect the children.
Yeah, they don't have parents, by
and
the way.
God,
apparently.
I love this interviewer. I need to figure out who this is. But they right back at him. They go, it doesn't seem to be a problem for Nintendo, perhaps the most mindful video game company of the protection of children. Damn.
Dude, right
Bullets.
in his face.
Right in his fucking face. Yeah, I can just see him just like backpedal.
He's like, why did he have to say this? Like, oh shit.
He's like, yeah, that's true. Everybody has to take their own decisions. We'll do that. Like I say, we have no philosophical stance against crossplay at all, but you do.
It's like, you totally do. Like, you just said you did, but you didn't say it.
To finish up, so interviewer says, "Is this a done deal? Are you leaving the door open, perhaps?" And he goes, Jim Ryan, "I don't think anything is ever a done deal. Anybody who is dogmatic in that manner is typically a fool. That said, to my knowledge, there's no live conversation ongoing at the moment." So,
they're not actively pursuing cross-platform right now.
Right.
That's pretty much what he said.
Yeah. Because I guess the reasoning being is that by doing that, you're forcing a group of players, if they're a group of friends, like, hey, I'm going to get a PlayStation. You should get a PlayStation too, so we could play Minecraft together.
Yeah.
You know,
it's like, I know people that play Xbox only, and I can't play with them now.
Right.
I don't play Minecraft, but if I did,
or any online game. I mean, that's what kind of sucks about this whole like cross-platform, fucking nonsense. Because I have friends who all bought Xbox Ones. They're Xbox fanboys, and that's fine. Whatever, just that's what your preferred system. That's what you want to do. And I couldn't play The Division with them. I never bought The Division eventually because of that very reason. Because I couldn't play online with them. That was the only reason why I wanted to get that game.
And you're not going to spend the money to buy a new system just to play that one game.
Right. I don't play online anyway. So the only reason why I want to do it would be to play with my friends. And I can't do it, so I'm, here I am. So in essence, this whole cross-platform thing is actually stopping Sony from getting more money from me. Mm-hmm. Because I would love to play with my friends. I would buy that game if I could play with my friends. But since you guys are being little bitches about the cross-platform play,
I'm just not going to buy the game. It's ridiculous. But, I mean, they're going to do it until the community says, all right, enough is enough. I mean, that's just a simple fact.
Yeah. Well, okay. So this is a official call out to all Sony PlayStation ownwners.
Get on the Twitter sphere.
Get on the Twitter sphere and just hammer them down. That's the only way it's going to work. Mm-hmm. Like, this the only, like, because social media has to actually work for some good in this fucking world.
Well, did you see the Take-Two Interactive when they shut down the modding community for Grand Theft Auto?
I saw that. That's what's going down right now.
Huge backlash right now. I mean, they haven't backpedaled at all, but they actually took someone else down. I think it was like a cheating mod or something recently.
So what's the deal with that? Because I
it's a single-player mod. Open 4, I think is what it's called.
Right.
It's a single-player modding thing. They've been doing it for 10 years, making mods for single-player, and just got shut off. They said there's some sort of harassment going on in the community. Just they did some sort of PR thing that made no sense. There's harassment and exploitation with the mod. It's like it's single-player.
With the mod, what does the mod do?
So how are you doing in a multiplayer?
Is it just
adding
engine?
stuff like you can play as Iron Man, play as a Hulk, just a full conversion mod.
Interesting. So there's no explanation whatsoever, pretty much. It's just kind of like a... So who's getting harassed?
Well, because they make their money off of people, pay to play. Buy some credits.
Oh, yeah, I guess... Okay, then they should just come out and say it. It's like, look, we made this system.
Rockstar enjoyed it. Rockstar was supportive of it.
But it was Take-Two that didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's odd.
And Rockstar came out with a statement, I believe. It was like, they didn't, slide it under the bus, but they were like, it was Take-Two's decision. We don't have anything to do with this, but it was Take-Two's decision.
Why? I don't know. God, man, that's weird.
And then, was it Bethesda did not the same thing, but the whole pay for mods on console.
Well, yeah, that got pretty... But I guess they're re-releasing something similar to that.
Really?
Yeah, they announced it at E3. What is it called? It's called...
Not, but
hang on.
Up with Bethesda Land.
I think I have it down in my notes here. Do I have it on my notes? Nope. Oh, Creation Club. It's called Creation Club. It looks like paid mods to me, which is, I mean, in my opinion, for console, like, I think that makes sense. But I'm not in the modding community, and I don't want to be, I don't want to be tweeted at, be like, "The fucking Shane, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You just shut the fuck up." But
yeah, and I think that's why Take-Two got so much feedback, is because it was PC. And like PC's just, I mean, that's a modding community right there on most games.
Yeah, that's like a big thing.
As long as you're not, hacking the game.
Well, I think you should be able to do whatever the hell you want with your game if it's a single player campaign. Like,
yeah,
I should be able to play Fallout 4 with all the cheats. When I want to, I should be able to do that. And honestly, since I'm kind of new to the, modding world or whatever, and kind of a noob at it, like, I would totally pay like $1 or $2 to like have extra cool armor that's not originally in the game.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that.
As long as it just doesn't get out of hand.
Right. You don't want to have like some dude, taking advantage and putting up like a $15 mod, and it's like
$15 for a new cow. It's like, or Braum, whatever they're called.
I guess you can.
It's got 45 heads.
Yeah, I guess you have a lot of. I don't know. I've got little to no comment on that because I'm not in that community. But I feel like, if you can pull it off without anyone taking advantage of the system, I say that's fine.
Yeah.
But if someone starts taking advantage of, then you guys need to take responsibility for it because it's your fucking idea.
Exactly.
So.
What other conference did you see?
I didn't watch any of the conference, and apparently it's a pretty good thing that I did not, because apparently it was all very boring. Except for Nintendo.
Nintendo was good.
Apparently Nintendo stole the show and quote-unquote won E3.
And I believe it was the shortest conference as well.
Short
and sweet. It's
40 minutes long. They're like, we're Nintendo Switch. Fuck y'all, here's Mario. He can possess people.
Yeah,
go.
It actually kind of made me want to get a Nintendo Switch. I'm like, I could get like Kirby. Like, I fucking love Kirby.
Dude, Kirby, like, 2 Metroid games?
Yes. Metroid, then you've got Mario Odyssey. Looks great. Throw your hat on just anything, you become Mario. They just instantly get a mustache. It's fantastic.
I made a meme on my Instagram and was like, Mario's new move, possession. And it's just a picture of Mario going in a Goomba.
Poltergeist Mario.
Damn it, that's so much better. Damn it. I'm not witty. I wish I was wittier. But yeah, just like that seems really cool. It seems I haven't played a Mario game since 64.
Yeah, and that's what it reminds me of too.
Yeah, it seems a lot. I don't know. Like I didn't. Well, then again, I never really played with my Wii that much.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did play with my Wii. Way too much.
And
go blind.
Game Freak. I know you're probably not a big Pokemon guy.
I never got into it.
But Game Freak is releasing a Switch Pokemon game.
I heard that that's a full RPG too, not like a one-off and not like a sub-series. It's like
it's not Pokemon. What was it? Photo or whatever it was called? You take pictures of Pokemon.
What
Snap?
was it? Pokemon Snap. Yeah. You know what? I'm surprised that they didn't do something like that after the whole huge Pokemon Go.
No, dude, they're making money, dude.
Making so much money. They made like millions of dollars off that one stupid app, and it's terrible.
And they realized, like, holy shit, we have a huge fan base. Like, let's start making some money off of this. I don't know why they didn't do it.
I don't know why they won't do like a Pokemon Snap app. Like, that will sell. Do it, Nintendo. Come on, man. It'll be easy.
Pokemon Snap 2, 2018 coming out.
You could use the same engine as Pokemon Go, but instead of you capturing Pokemon, you just take pictures.
I mean, technically you can right now.
Oh, you can still? Oh.
I mean, you can take pictures on your phone. It's like, hey, I just caught a Poliwhirl.
Oh, I guess is that what it is? I never downloaded it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to buy into it.
Get with it, Shane.
I didn't want to buy into it. But people at my work, like older women, were coming up to me. Like women who are like 60 come up to me. Have you seen any Pokemon around here? I'm like, what world am I living in?
Get out of here, Grandma.
You don't even know what Pokemon is.
My granddaughter told me it was a fun game.
But man, that's fucking crazy. So Mario Rabbids.
Oh yes.
Look, an XCOM Nintendo game.
And I love me some XCOM.
With Mario. It looks a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be fucking fantastic.
I can't even believe that game exists.
That's weird. Rabbids and Mario.
Well, you
but
know
it looks
what?
great.
I bet you people in a boardroom were all getting together and they're like, guess what? This Despicable Me shit is getting really
I mean, it's not like there have minions out there.
I mean, those Minions toys.
Someone call Miyamoto. Let's get our rabbits on board with Mario,
dude. And they kind of act like Minions. They don't say any words. They just kind of go.
Yeah, it's gonna be a huge game. I feel like that's gonna blow up.
Yeah, I think the children will enjoy some tactical strategy games,
and the adults as well.
And adults as well. Dad would love to play that. Yeah, Rabbids. Yeah, and it's Ubisoft that makes that game.
Ubisoft actually had a decent conference.
Yes,
I am not a huge fan of Ubisoft.
Yeah, I mean Ubisoft, man. I feel like they're turning a corner. Mm-hmm. You know, I was trying to get Joe to talk about it last podcast because he works for the game industry and he dodged the question like a pro because he didn't want to talk any shit.
He's like, I value my job.
I was just saying, I was like, Ubisoft kind of gets a love-hate relationship with people sometimes.
Oh,
like
for
they'll
sure.
make an incredible game like Assassin's Creed 2 and fuck it all up with Assassin's Creed Unity. And then there's another thing that they fucked up royally. Wasn't the new like
the game you were talking about your buddies had on Xbox. I can't think of what it's called.
Oh, The Division.
The Division, yeah.
They fucked that one up completely. They had some issues with For Honor.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're going to come out with Far Cry 5 and Assassin's Creed Origins. Both look very promising.
Origins for sure looks good. I'm not a big fan of Far Cry. It just gets repetitive after a while. But so does Assassin's Creed. So I'm hoping they change it up a little bit. I like Egypt. So
but what Joe was telling me about Far Cry 5 is, and I didn't research it to my discredit, but apparently what he said is like what that game is going to focus on is all the conversations that we have about video games. Kind of like, do video games have a place in the political atmosphere? It's like, do video games serve as a political point to something? You know, like all the conversations that we have, like feminism and
in Assassin's Creed?
Race. No, in Far Cry 5.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, because it's in the U.S.
It's in the U.S. It's it's
a Christian
Alabama and a cult. Yeah, and so it's going to be very political.
Yeah,
and people are excited.
It might turn some people off too. I feel like
I don't know.
It's like, keep your politics out of my games.
Maybe it depends on how they do it.
Yeah.
Because really, they don't have anything to worry about because the video game base is largely liberal. Mm-hmm. So if they went towards the whole hating on Trump thing,
well, there's already been a few games on PC like that, which have been great.
So, I don't think they have much to worry about. Plus, Ubisoft is not one to shy away from controversial subjects.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see what fucking what's that open world surveillance game?
Yeah,
Wild Dogs.
I know what you're thinking. I can't think of it.
Fucking with the one you
like
hack
government
shit.
Surveillance.
Yeah, you hack shit. Oh my god, it's killing me.
I played the first one. Didn't play the second one.
Oh, that's gonna kill me. Why I don't know that. Shit.
Did you say Watch Dogs?
Watch Dogs. Thank you.
Go.
I almost said Sleeping Dogs. I was like, no. Yeah. Sleeping Dogs was the review I did. You should check it out on YouTube. YouTube watch.
I'll watch it. You watch it. Let's all watch it, guys.
But yeah, fucking Ubisoft did good, I think.
It was a solid conference.
I'll tell you what, dude. Ubisoft makes some fucking awesome trailers.
Mm-hmm.
Like they look really, really good. Like movie, like Beyond Good and Evil. Did you see that trailer? I've never played that game, but when I saw that trailer for Beyond,
You wanted to play it.
I wanted to play
Yeah.
it because the trailer looked like a fucking movie. It looked like a cinematic CG movie that I was watching in the
It's
theater.
like the whole dystopian future.
Yeah, a talking monkey that was like a badass and says curse words.
Gave
and
chocolate to a pig.
Gave
Like,
chocolate to the
it's
pig.
Swiss chocolate. I think that'll be a fun game too.
I've never played Beyond Good
I never
and Evil.
played the first one, but it's that trailer. Unfortunately, Ubisoft has been known to have good trailers, good gameplay, and it comes out and it doesn't look as good. So
Yeah.
just be cautious.
Don't trip up, Ubisoft. You're doing good so far.
Yeah, don't get on the hype train.
Don't get on that hype train. I'm excited for Assassin's Creed. What else did I like? God of War looks incredible.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm excited for God of War. That'll be fun.
Never played a single God of War game, but I think
Really?
I might start with this one because it just looks.
Well, if you had backwards
badass.
compatibility on Sony, you could go through and play the rest of them
But Sony wants me to buy them all again.
in the remastered HD collection.
Ah, you fucks. Such a slimy thing to do. God, Sony, get your head out of your ass.
Yeah. I mean, why would you want to play it? They look like shit, apparently, according to Sony.
According to Jim Ryan.
Yeah, Jim Ryan.
Jim Ryan sounds like a fucking washed up baseball player.
That's a made-up name, by the way. that guy's like, my name's Jim Ryan. That's what I'm going with from here on out.
His
I can say whatever I want now.
His real name is Steve.
Steve Paul.
Steve Buchanan.
Still got 2 first names.
Steve Paul. Paul Steve. Paul Johnson. All right, I'm gonna go down the list here. You see in my list, I was so mad about what Jim Ryan said in my list of things I want to talk about.
You focused on
the
it.
first thing I say in my notes, I say Jim Ryan needs to be fired. Said some things about backwards compatibility and crossplay that were just stupid. My notes are like a 3-year-old wrote them. Metro. Did you see the Metro trailer?
Oh, Exodus?
I guess that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Metro
they said
Exodus.
it's more open world this time.
It looked pretty open world.
Yeah. Those are fun games.
Really?
Yeah. Did you ever play
I've
Last Light?
Never played
No?
them. No.
I bought them on PS Store when they redid them. So they're a
Get you,
blast.
man.
I paid for
getting
it.
you.
I paid for it. So I'm
paid
part of the
for it.
system.
You know what? I'm probably gonna buy the Uncharted. I've never played a single Uncharted game,
Play
and
the
I'm
last
gonna
one.
probably buy the remastered collection eventually.
Play the one that just came out. It's a really good game.
Yeah, I've heard very good things. Oh, Uncharted is coming out with a new game, a completely full new game with not starring Nathan Drake this time,
Yep.
starring whoever was in the last game and finishing off their story. And nothing to say there because I didn't play any of those games. Spider-Man, we talked a little bit about. Spider-Man looks amazing.
Looks a little bit like Arkham,
It looks like Arkham Battle,
which is not a bad thing.
And according to some people, Uncharted style QTE stuff.
Okay.
With like, did you see like him going through like the buildings and you have to like press a
Yeah, well, when he was
certain
on
button?
hanging from the helicopter
Right.
and tying the crane
Yeah.
with his web.
So that looks like a lot of fun, that game. So I will be purchasing that. A lot of money going down.
What about the
drain.
fractured butthole?
Oh, dude. I get so excited about the South Park games, and I need to buy the Stick of Truth. I still have not played.
You've never played Stick of Truth?
I've never played
Oh, my
Stick of
God.
Truth. I'm an asshole.
Yeah, you are, because I know you're an RPG fan.
I know, and I should totally buy that game, and I don't know why I never just. I need to. There's too many games.
Yeah.
I can't.
And I think it's on PS3.
You know, like right now, I've made a goal of mine to the game I'm playing right now is Ark the Lad 2.
I don't know if I've ever played those.
They're
I know what they are.
they're those big box ones, those collector's items ones, whatever. The only two. That's the one of two that I have. That Lunar Silver Star Story and fucking Ark the Lad. And I could never beat Ark the Lad 2 because it's so long and it's really challenging. So I said, fuck it. I'm going to cheat my way through this fucking game, and I'm going to beat this game.
You're cheating.
Damn it!
Now,
I'm cheating the fuck out of it. I don't care. I don't give a shit.
What are you doing? How are you cheating it?
Oh, I'm using Game Shark codes.
Game Shark, okay.
Yeah, Game Shark codes, and
nice.
Game Sharking the fuck out of it. And I just want to see the ending. I could just like pull up a playthrough on YouTube,
just read
them, but that takes the fun out of it. I'm gonna fucking beat it eventually.
You got to.
It's just way too long, and I don't have.
How many discs?
I want to get through
it. 4?
Well, it's a collection. It's one. There's ArcLad 1, 2, and 3. They're all games made by Working Designs, which is I forget which studio. I think that's Working Designs. I don't know who bought them out. They're no longer a company anymore, to my knowledge. But they did the Lunar as well, Lunar Silver Star Story, and they came out with all these great RPGs. Arc the Lad, to my knowledge, came out on Sega Saturn at first. And then they ported it over to the PlayStation. And so now I'm playing those games. And I'm going to play 2 and then 3. And I'm going to fucking beat them. Because I need to know what happens.
How far are you in so far?
Right now, I think I'm coming up to the last dungeon. So I'm going to finish that. Take a break. Maybe play some Persona 5. Get into that. Because I need to play that game. I love me some Persona
5. You told me to get that. I haven't purchased Persona yet.
Heard very good things about that game. All right. Back to E3. What else? Skull and Bones, which is an Assassin's Creed pirate game ripoff.
Yeah.
Not a ripoff because it's made by
It
Ubisoft.
is. It's just the Assassin's Creed ship mechanic in a game.
Apparently there's a Kraken.
Yeah.
Apparently
at the very end they showed, I think,
a giant octopus.
Yeah.
Which seems fun. Yeah. I don't know if you can go like...
I don't know if it's open world. I kind of have a feeling it's going to be like matchmaking. There might be a campaign, I'm not sure. But I think it'd be fun. Yeah. But I'm not too into it. Just no, if you can't jump on a ship and fight people like you can in Assassin's Creed, that's
what made Black Flag so fucking fun. Is that you really you were a pirate.
Listening to shanties while you're going out. That was great.
Call J.G. Wentworth.
It's my money and I need it now.
Those J.G. Wentworth songs, man. Whoever made that is making so much money.
Dude.
So much
so
money.
Catchy.
I'm pretty sure there's an article somewhere out there like who wrote the J.G.
The fact that we still remember it is just testament to whoever made that jingle.
Oh, man. They probably threw that together, too. They're probably like hungover one day and they're like, fucking gotta make this fucking song.
It's at 6 o'clock. Oh, I got 10 minutes.
And yeah. Or he was stoned.
Call J.G.
He or she.
Whitworth.
Sorry, I'm trying to be more PC. I think that's it for Ubisoft. The crew.
No.
Blah. Blah. Next.
First one was all right.
Capcom versus Marvel.
I played one of them on PS3. It's a fun game. Fun fighting game.
It's interesting. I think there's something going on with like they're trying to get the rights to the mutants.
Why wouldn't they have the rights to that?
I don't know. I vaguely remember seeing something like since Fox owns the rights to the because I think the last Marvel vs. Capcom game came out when?
I have probably 2013 maybe?
Maybe is that I don't know.
14?
I don't know. I don't know. But Fox owns the rights to all those mutants, and Capcom has to get the licensing to use those characters.
Jeez, no Sabretooth. No.
I mean, I can just look up right now Marvel vs. Capcom roster, and see.
I'm pretty sure they had Magneto.
Do they have Magneto? I don't know. Here we go. Let's see. We got Iron Man. I don't think it has. There's the Hulk. There's the Avengers. I do not see. I do not see any. I haven't seen a single mutant in this one.
Because I knew they used to have like Wolverine and
Playable characters. Playable characters so far. This is on their wiki page. Infinite. Marvel characters. Black Panther, Captain America, Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange, Gamora, Hawkeye, Hulk, Iron Man, Nova, Rocket Raccoon, Thanos, Thor, and Ultron. That's it.
You have so many to go from.
So I'm thinking it's because Fox owns the rights to those.
Rights.
They don't have the rights to use those characters anymore, or they have to get them. And Fox probably is like, well, you're gonna have to pay.
You're gonna pay a lot.
And Capcom has no money.
Yeah, that sucks because those are fun games, man.
Hell yeah,
I just hate playing online and then getting my ass whipped. It's like someone's got like a 30-hit combo and my guy's dead.
Yeah, well, Wolverine was the best.
Yeah,
he was the best character. So that kind of sucks. That kind of blows because the mutants are the best part. Like Cyclops, like I would always use back in the day. I would always use Cyclops and Ryu. And then would have that big special move, like Ryan would have the Ultra Hadouken, and then Cyclops would have the giant fucking beam, and it's just like it covers the whole screen and just death everywhere.
Yeah, I was always Wolverine, just the slashing, just the great. He just dives in.
What I loved about those games too is that I believe they had the same actor who played the cartoon do the voices for that character.
Okay,
yeah,
that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I think it sounds like him.
They got someone close.
They got someone close.
If not him,
I mean, it doesn't sound like anybody else. It sounds just like him. Let's see here. Shadow of the Colossus. We talked about that. Hidden Agenda. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see Hidden Agenda.
I saw it. It wasn't like a trailer of sorts. It was more like a gameplay demo trailer. And what it is, it's a game that it's from the guys who did Until Dawn.
Okay, I think I saw something about it.
So what it is you know what?
Is it another horror game? Like Until Dawn,
it's more like it's like a murder mystery thing, and you got to play with like 4 different players, and you all play together.
I did see that.
And you use your phone. Mm-hmm. There's like an app that you can get, and you can like hide information from other players, and you try to figure out certain things using the phone. It looks like a cross between
Clue.
What was that Disarm the Bomb game that came out a couple years ago that people were all loving? You know what I'm talking about? Where
it's like,
you have one person in one room, one person's on the computer, and the other person is trying to like tell them
like Stay Calm and Nobody Explodes. Or something like
Stay Calm and Nobody Explodes. It's kind of similar. They're kind of like crossing that together. Okay. So that looks interesting. I don't know if I'll get it, but
the one VR thing I liked was they didn't show really anything about it. They just talked about what it could be. Was the Elijah Wood? I don't know if you saw it, where they're almost like it's a movie that you're in.
I did not see that.
And it was kind of freaky. It looked kind of cool, but it was really early in development, so they didn't say too much about it.
But Elijah Wood's a part of the game?
I think he's part of production or something. He's involved.
Is he a producer?
He's involved in the game some way. I don't know if he's a producer or what.
He's probably acting in it too.
Yeah, probably.
I'm Elijah Wood.
I'm Frodo Baggins.
Frodo Baggins is making a game. Are you kidding? Well...
but it looks cool. That's the only VR thing I saw that I was kind of excited about. But like you said, I'm not going to spend the money to get a VR headset right now until it gets cheaper.
It's such a weird thing to sell VR because it's the only way to sell it is if you try it. And I'm sure if I tried it and like my mind was blown, I would pony up the money to get it.
Yeah.
But I just haven't had the time to like, or inspiration to get out of the house and be like, I'm going to try some VR today, blah, blah.
I'm going to Sharper Image.
I'm going to go to Sharper Image, or I don't know where the hell they sell those anymore. Or like, and that they should have, if they don't already, but I haven't seen any, they should have like booths at like Walmart and the mall. And, cause I think Facebook did it with the Oculus. I think they had an Oculus set up at the mall not too long ago, and I heard about it. And that's the way to do it.
Yeah, you have to get people to use it because you can't see the difference on a screen.
Right, and you can't like watch people play on a YouTube game, or you can't play the game on YouTube because on YouTube they have like two, the
or
two lenses.
Choose one lens. Screen.
Yeah, and it doesn't have the same effect.
No,
so it's something that y'all need to get on that.
You have to try it.
If you want to sell this, you need to get word of mouth going. If they aren't. So, but speaking of VR,
cheapen the prices.
They're doing Fallout VR, So that's going to be interesting.
Skyrim VR,
where you can play
Skyrim on Switch.
Even though you could have done it on the Oculus Rift like 3 years ago.
Yeah. They just need to make a new Elder Scrolls game. Quit porting Skyrim to everything. Just give me a new Elder Scrolls game.
It's a business, got to protect their bottom line.
It's been 4 years. 5?
I will
25.
But you know what? Tell you the truth, that is exactly why I haven't bought Skyrim Remastered on the PS4. It's because I want to get it for the Switch.
Yeah.
Because I want to get a Switch, and I think Skyrim on Switch would be awesome for me to like take with me on the road or at work.
Anywhere. Sit on my couch at home.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
So that seems like something that would be interesting to me. What else? Doom VR.
Mm-hmm.
Wolfenstein 2 is coming out.
Love that trailer.
Yeah,
that was a really
intense.
really sweet trailer.
It kind of reminded me of Fallout a little bit.
Did you see the beginning where they did like a TV show where it was like Lassie? So it was called, and it was just the giant robot dog.
I was like, what am I watching?
Like badly sealed or whatever it's called. But no, those games are great. Those are one of the best single player first person shooters for a while. It's really good. Yeah. There's no multiplayer on it.
Yeah,
it's just a story.
Yeah, keep it real, man. Doom's the same way, isn't it? There's no multiplayer in Doom, is there?
No, there's multiplayer.
Is there? Okay.
Yeah. It's like, it reminds me of like Unreal or Quake.
Dude.
One of those two.
I need to get Doom. It looks so much fun. I hate first-person shooters, and I'm probably going to buy it.
I'll give you my copy if you want to play it.
Yeah, I'd like to play it. Number one, the music is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
The music's the best music I've ever heard. I send that... When I tell people I listen to video game soundtracks, they're like, oh, you're kind of a nerd, whatever. It's like, no, how dare you? I'm going to show you what this soundtrack is.
Yeah.
And so I send them a track. I forget. It's like 8 minutes long, but it doesn't even get to good until like a minute.
Well, I know you always listen to like the Mega Man
uber
stuff.
Metal.
And...
Chuck and Ann are going to sweep by? Sweet. Tell them it's sweet. It's okay.
Tell them to join the podcast.
Tell them to join in. We'll talk about
another good soundtrack, Hotline Miami.
We'll talk about Conor McGregor.
It's going to be an awesome fight. He's going to get his ass whooped. Either that or he's not going to hit anything because Mayweather's just going to dodge and dodge. Yeah. I'm not going to pay for the fight.
I don't think... Okay, we're getting off subject.
I know, but
I don't want to get off
You brought
the
it up.
subject.
You brought it up.
I did bring it up.
This is your fault.
I want to make sure that I got everything about E3 out of my system before we start talking about Conor McGregor and Mayweather. Because I definitely want to talk about that. Faux show. We went through God of War, blah, 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 Skull and Bones. I think we went through...
You talk about Metroid?
I've never played any Metroid because I've never really owned a lot of Nintendo systems. I never really got into Metroid, so...
I didn't watch the full thing, but there's a 25-minute video of people reacting to Metroid coming out, and people are losing their shit. It is hilarious.
Even better than the Final Fantasy VII or Shenmue 3 one last year.
It's funny, man. All they see is the 4 come out, and they're like, good God!
They just cry.
Yeah,
Start breaking down
funny,
and
man.
crying. Why? Oh, dear God, why?
Just weeping in their chair.
Oh. Dude, yeah, that one reaction from the Final Fantasy VII remake announcement. That dude that stood up and he was like,
his world is just shattering around him.
I know, like no one matters at that one moment. It's just Final Fantasy VII is being remade. Everything is good, and it's going to come out.
Showed that at E3, like nothing,
dude. It's SquareSoft, man, or it's Square Enix now. Like dude, that game is not going to come out for another 10 years.
Well, that's disappointing.
I know, dude. It's Square Enix. They're already having developer issues. They had an outside studio. Beginning development on the game, and now just recently, I think in the last month or two, they said, "Oh, we're moving all the development to our in-house team now." I'm like, "Oh, fucking really?"
5-year delay.
I mean, come on, guys. Let's get our shit together. It's not. I mean, I know making video games are hard. I've made that argument.
It's probably
before.
for the best. It's not going to live up to the hype.
But, well, of course not. But I'm glad they're making it, man. I think that's great. I think they should make more stuff like that people want, just like the Conor McGregor and Mayweather fight.
Next podcast.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about it a little bit. We got 10 minutes. look, we're done with E3. E3 was kind of blah this year. We're in conclusion.
They need to push the date back to like winter so they can show more shit.
Yeah, they need to bring down the ticket prices. This year was the first year they actually opened it up to the public.
I know. My buddy wanted to go.
Apparently, we'll tell your buddy that he should be glad that he didn't go.
Yeah.
Because apparently it was awful.
He told me he was glad he didn't go.
Yeah, apparently the lines were like hours long. And the people pay like $400, $500 for those tickets.
Oh, and then you got the plane ride out there.
Yeah.
Hotel. You're talking a lot of money.
You're talking at least up to $1,000 of just fucking travel expenses.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't think they're going to be doing E3 very much longer. If it's just going to be trailers,
I'm glad it was just trailers, to be honest, because I'm tired of the executive talking, using corporate big words like... Yeah. This is iconic. It's like, no, it's not. Like, it is not iconic. You just released that game 5 years ago. Our minds aren't blown. It's not iconic. And then just the corporate speak. There was the Devolver. You need to watch that press conference because it just makes fun of E3.
Okay.
They're like, buy my fucking game. They're just bleeding out of their nose. It's hilarious. Watch it.
Is it a skit or is
it
like...
it's like a 20-minute skit.
Okay. Oh, yeah, all right. They should just do that at E3.
Yeah, they have a guy throwing money at like a screen, and it ends up just ripping his hand off. It's good.
Oh, man. All right, E3, get your shit together.
Be better next year.
Do you want to talk about Mayweather McGregor real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
Because I wanted to do a solo one because I was so amped about this, and I tried to get Chuck and Anna, which they're coming over right now, to talk about it because they're UFC fans like I am. Are you a big UFC fan? Kind of?
Nah, I'll watch it occasionally.
But we're all UFC fans, and man, I am excited to see this fight. Yeah, Conor McGregor is probably going to lose points, but I'll tell you this. A lot of people that discount McGregor, you have to think about it this way too. This is what Conor has over Mayweather. And it's this right here.
Hard hands.
And he said it too. Conor fucking just called him out and said, the only thing that makes this thing fair. This is a terrible Irish accent going. The only thing that makes this fair is that it's a boxing match. In a real fight, I'd kill him.
True.
And he's 100% accurate.
Yeah, true.
And nobody could say that to Floyd before.
Yeah.
No, I mean, they tried, but... Yeah. They don't have fucking...
It's a different sport. I mean, but you can't... the thing with boxing is there's so much movement. I mean, you're going around sidestepping. He's going to be dodging a lot. See, I grew up with a boxing family. We always watch boxing. So, I mean, if it takes... Conor's going to have to get a hit on him, and that's going to be hard to do.
Yeah. He is the best defensive boxer in the history of boxing.
Yeah, because Mayweather doesn't have... He's not got... strong hits. I'm saying that if he hit me, I'd probably get knocked out. But like he's broken his hand a couple times, throwing hits. Mm-hmm. And Conor McGregor has hard hits. He's going to knock you out.
Yeah, but Conor is he's very good at precision. Yeah. That's what he did with Aldo. And like if you watch that Aldo fight, have you watched that fight with Jose Aldo?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so this fight was promoted and like just people were like, fucking Jose Aldo, and it was like for like 3 years was delayed because of injuries and scheduling and whatnot. So finally they're able to fight. Okay, Jose Aldo has been the champ for 10 years, I think, for a long time. He has been undefeated. And Conor McGregor comes in, and he says, "I'm going to knock him out, McGregor." And he says, "I'm going to knock him out in the first round. Going to knock him out in the first round." Terrible Irish accent again. But
I think you need to stop with the Irish.
I need to stop with it. I'm sorry. I can't help it. But so the fight begins, and Jose comes in with this. He has this classic, like, really good combinations, like 1, 2, 3, or like he fakes one and he comes with his left, and so he does this combination and hits Conor. He hits Conor really good in the face, but while he was doing that and hitting Conor stepped back, pulled back that fucking vicious left hand, and while he's going back, landed it as Jose is going forward, knocks him out 13 seconds. 13 seconds, he takes him out, and this is one of the best fighters in the featherweight division. Featherweight, yeah, 145.
I mean, all it takes really for him to win is one punch.
Right. And a lot of boxers like, well, you have extra padding in the 10-ounce gloves. I mean,
you do, but repetitive punching to the face with that's going to weaken your jaw.
If you get man.
Just
there's also scientific studies that suggest that the gloves don't really protect your face. They protect the fighter's hands more than anything else.
Yeah.
In fact, there's
you still got something solid in the glove. I mean, going straight to your face.
There's science to suggest that the added padding actually brings more weight to the punch and therefore creating more damage to your face. So if that's the case, if Conor is able to do that,
he can win.
He could win, but he only can win, and he really has a puncher's chance. Like he really, if anyone can define a puncher's chance, it's Conor McGregor.
Yeah, I'm just a little worried after that last fight I paid for, the Pacquiao Mayweather. It was such a disappointment.
But you know what? Even if Conor doesn't land a single punch, it's gonna be he's going to make that fight, regardless if he loses, he's going to make that fight so entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
Did you know he's going to be fucking talking shit?
He's got nothing to lose. Even if he loses or he wins, he's got nothing to lose.
He's got nothing to lose.
Mayweather, on the other hand, if he loses,
has everything to lose.
But he's like, I'm making money.
But here's the thing. A lot of people are like thinking like this hurts the sport of boxing. I don't think it hurts the sport of boxing unless Conor, for some fucking strange reason,
just
knocks him out in the first round.
Yeah.
And knocks him out in the first round. I mean, he's out.
Yeah.
That is the only way, because then UFC fans would go, boxing is shit. Boxing is fucking for pussies.
I'm not paying, and it's so expensive too.
You know, so I don't know.
I think it'll be good.
That's it. All right, I think that's
good. That's good.
That's a good. Thank you for coming over and
talking E3.
Talking E3, man.
Hey, anytime, man. Next year E3.
Next year E3. Or more video game chat.
Be playing our new Switches.
Yeah.
Because we're going to get them.
Yeah.
After that press conference.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Thanks for having me on, man.
Yeah, dude.
Anytime.
No problem. Levi Fleener, everybody. Give him a big hand.
Job.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Good job, bud. Thanks, guys, for listening to the podcast. If you like it, subscribe, rate it. Please follow me on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/WiseDrums. Follow me on Instagram, WiseDrums, Twitter, The WiseDrums. What else? Facebook, WiseDrums. Just follow me on all my socials. And the next episode, faux show, will be Keith Lancaster and George Woods from Nintendo, I promise. That's it. You guys have a good one. Thanks for listening. Bye.